Alright, welcome to the fake news channel. Been away for a while, been having to make some money, but I'm back now. Wanted to pick up on something, and really I gotta say, I can't believe that this whole channel has just exploded. Well, no, I can't believe it. It's because I suck at YouTube. That's probably why. I mean, I was the first one to jump on the fake news meme and start calling out what it was, even before the president. I made a video about that. Not the only one, but one of the first. And believe me, there's others been calling this out before. You do your research, you'll find that people have been calling out fake media, their propaganda, their working for the state, all that good stuff. But anyways, I'm not going to recap on that. But I just wanted to make this video to show you. I went back, and found some old, not old, a month ago, how the media coverage was then and then what it's turned into now, so that you could see it from a broader perspective. Because if you just watch it show by show each day, you might be programmed and you might not be able to figure out the broad picture. But if you look at it, you know, from way back and just look, for both, like watching the season to a series, episodes, binge watching it on Netflix. You say, oh, wow, that's what The Walking Dead was all about. You see what I'm saying? The same situation here. You see, you got to look at it, you got to step back and watch it from afar and say, wow, how did they start off here? Russia, Trump, collusion, yada, 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 yada. And now, next thing I know, they're saying that they need to impeach him because he tweeted out a meme or a GIF. I'm sorry, but that started a meme. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So if you're still at this point defending the media, which is what you're doing, all right, I'm going to turn the tables on y'all people. If you're still defending the media, you're a crazy person, okay? I'm sorry, but you're a crazy person. You need to have your head checked. There's something wrong with you. All right? And I'm finna show you some footage right now. It's all been debunked. So here you go.
There are the facts about former White House National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, a key advisor during the Trump campaign. In 2015, he sat next to Russian President Vladimir Putin at a black tie gala for Russia's RT propaganda network, which the Kremlin paid Flynn more than $33,000 to attend. There's the fact that during the campaign, Flynn had regular contact with Russian nationals, and during the transition, he discussed sanctions with Russia's ambassador, Sergei Kislyak, and then lied about it to the vice president and others, and the fact that it cost him his new job as national security advisor. That's a fact. Then there are the facts about President Trump's son-in-law and close advisor, Jared Kushner. Fact, in December, during the transition, Mr. Kushner met with the ambassador. He also met with a guy named Sergei Gorkov, president of Russia's state-owned bank VEB, in late 2016. Some facts about former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort. He worked for years in Ukraine for pro-Russian politician Viktor Yanukovych. Manafort also partnered with a Russian oligarch on business deals. And according to the Associated Press, he worked for Russian oligarch Oleg Deripaska to benefit the Putin government. Fact, former Trump foreign policy advisor of some sort, Carter Page, worked in Russia for about 3 years, was involved in deals with state-owned gas giant Gazprom, and traveled to Russia over the summer while he had been named a close advisor to the president. Then, that same month, Carter Page spoke to Ambassador Kislyak on the sidelines of the Republican convention. As you might know, Attorney General Jeff Sessions was the first senator to support candidate Trump. Some facts about him. He also met with Ambassador Kislyak twice during the campaign, despite testifying that he never had any contacts with Russians during the campaign. Michael Cohen is President Trump's personal lawyer. Two facts about him. Last month, he met with a guy named Felix Sater, a Russian immigrant connected to the mob, accordingly. Mr. Trump also founded a grain company in Ukraine. Then Cohen. Then there are the facts about longtime Trump associate Roger Stone, who communicated with someone known as Guccifer 2.0 through private messages on Twitter. The U.S. intelligence community says that Guccifer 2.0 persona was actually a front for Russian intelligence, who claimed responsibility for hacking the DNC before the election. So those are some facts. There are a lot more, but we'll just stop there because we do have a lot to talk about in the next 2 hours. And the ones we listed, they might be legal. They might be totally legal connections or nefarious. We don't know in some case, but we do know they exist. Those are the facts.
Have you seen any hard evidence of collusion yet?
I guess I would say this, that my impression is I wouldn't be surprised after all of this is said and done that some people end up in jail.
Really? And how high does that go in your suspicion? And that's all we could call it right now.
Well, that's yet to be determined.
But you think some people are going to wind up in jail, not just one individual, but people, plural. Is that what you're saying?
That's my impression, yes.
Do you want to elaborate a little bit on that? Give us a little bit more, because that's obviously a very intriguing statement.
I wish I could, but I can't at this time.
But at this point, you're confident that at least some Trump associates will wind up in jail.
If I was betting, I would say yes.
Including some who are working in the new administration, or people who worked or advised the president during the campaign and maybe during the transition.
As you can imagine, Wolf, I'll have to comment on that later. But again, if somebody asked me my impression, my impression is that people will probably be charged, and I think people will probably go to jail.
Without sharing the evidence, because I know it's classified, but do you believe there's enough evidence already, evidence that you've seen, that would justify someone going to jail or some people going to jail?
If the claims hold up, most likely.
President Trump tonight is dialing up his no-holds-barred attacks on the media.
Oh my God, what's going to happen?
Punctuated with the sharing of a video showing the president attacking a person whose head was replaced by the CNN logo.
The fake media tried to stop us from going to the White House, but I'm president and they're not.
The Twitter assault of the press comes just days away from a crucial overseas trip where he will meet face-to-face with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
We'll discuss health care.
And domestically, he is trying to help the Senate Republicans shepherd through a health care bill. His lack of a public focus on those major issues has even Republicans concerned.
There's an important distinction
All right,
to draw.
so there you go. I'm going to just cut in on the rest of this because you can really go back and watch it for yourself. But I just wanted to point out to you, I just wanted to show you how, here we go, a month ago, they had him presumed guilty before they even do an investigation by talking in innuendos, which if you don't understand what that is, that means you're stupid. You have no business having this debate or this discussion. So when somebody tells me, "Oh, you're this or you're that," or blah 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 blah, or tries to debate with me on this, and I said, "Well, look at the way they're talking. They're talking in innuendos," and they look at me like, "Huh? What do you mean? What are you talking about? They're just talking." Then you don't understand that there's different types of conversation. Like if you commit a murder, and a investigator, a detective is questioning you, he's having a certain conversation. If a salesman is trying to sell you something, his words mean something. He's going about it a certain way, and so do journalists. And I've been saying this since day one. So there it is. You get to watch it. The death of CNN. They're going down big time. They messed with the ultimate troll. They messed with him on his own territory and Twitter. And at the end of the day, all their stupidity ranges around your reporting on Twitter, on tweets, you idiot. If you don't like what he's tweeting, then unfollow him, dumbass. So that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching the Fake News channel, and hopefully I'll get some time to come up with some more. Thank you.